Japan is as modern as any global capital, and Japan can also be as ancient as you want to travel back in time to. My jewelry has been sold in Japan for over 30 years. I always thought I lived in a past life in old Egypt, being the jeweler to Cleopatra. But boy, when I discovered the aesthetics of Japan, I figured I ended up settling in Japan for how much my detail and my appreciation for texture front and back is very in sync with the Japanese. The textures on walls, the metalwork, even in a manhole cover, the love of texture in all the fabrics that they relish, the way they put together all those kimonos with the kimono tie. The gardens there, it's a world to discover. They're dreamy, as in daydreaming. And they just get more spectacular in the evening when the mystery and the beauty begins to glow. The Stephen Dweck customer in Japan is a working professional. She's young, she grows into her position, and she wants powerful but beautiful jewelry. When I say powerful, it's because they stand for things that have reason. Stephen carving and the things that I do with stones is a conversation starter. They appreciate all of the pieces that becomes almost a living collage on their fingers. It's, as they're collecting, it's their armor, their uniform, their go-to. It's all about the jewelry first. And yes, they have incredible style. They're always looking at the west of what Stephen is doing in America, but they put their spin on it. When I saw what was happening there, how the ladies at the Stephen Dweck counters across all of Japan, Osaka, Tokyo, there would be ladies coming in with the same ring, and they are different ladies and different hair lanes, different hair colors. They would all have the same ring on, and I go, what is this? Do you all know each other? Do you own these pieces as part of a club? No, we first met each other here. They just gravitate to really beautiful stuff. Stephen Dweck is the brand that they go to for the lady who's gonna start her first job. She's gonna wear that on her first date. She's going to use it in her wedding, and she's going to wear it out too. The clustier they wear the jewelry, the better, the more collected. I learned the art of layering necklaces from how my Japanese fans wore chains with pendants dangling from those chains and layers of chains. And their chains are 16-inch long, 18-inch long, 20, 22, 20, all at the same time. And it's never too much because they are brilliantly wearing the jewels as an expression of a culture that always understood detail. They're not shy, yet they're very quiet and they're very proper. Collections that I've developed for Japan without even realizing it, because again, so many of the iconic pieces that I've been creating over all these years have been because I create from what I adore, and it happens to be what they adore. So over the years, I would work with the carvings, the mother of pearl carvings, and when you see the appreciation, when you see how much it's revered in Japan, you go, ooh, what can I do different? Well, now for this special relaunch, including so many diamonds and so many glittering aspects, how wonderful is that to put together with like chocolate mother of pearl carvings, hand carved, layered with the champagne diamonds. The Kyoto collection was something I developed because, again, I love texture. Now, if you see the back of Kyoto, it's a flower and rays are radiating out. And as you've seen in other videos, when I refer to my coin collecting years and growing up looking at the sun, they're flat just because that's what I do and it happens to work. Well, I was creating that Kyoto collection for a special visit, I guess for my 20th year of showcasing the jewels in Japan. And I was reading Memoirs of a Geisha, and I needed a name real quick. And I said, you know what? Why not name it Kyoto, the capital of the old regime there in Japan. And Kyoto is adored there. It's done in white diamonds, champagne diamonds, black diamonds. And it's a study in detail. It's a study in carving, the depth. You know, I always say a piece of jewelry has to look like a modern relic. Why do people want to hear these words? You know why? Because it's valuable. They are museum pieces that we're privileged and to have fun in wearing today. And they become treasured heirlooms. And the Japanese do pass down their pieces and they take it serious. The Japanese Dweck make a lifelong friendship at the Stephen Dweck counter. And it's always represented in the best of department stores, Takashimaya, Mitsukoshi, Matsuya Ginza. The freestanding Stephen Dweck stores is when the Stephen Dweck freestanding stores is where an entire club starts to form. And you have the ladies and they shop at night because again, like I said, young, older, everything in between, everyone in between, it happens at night. It starts buzzing. It's dark out and the ladies start coming and they'll have tea when they come to the Stephen Dweck shops and they start to shop and they start to meet each other at the counter, and it's a Stephen Dweck collector. My visits to Japan have always been a feast for my eyes, both in the decorative arts and then, of course, in food. And you know I'm a huge foodie, and to walk the food halls there and to see the art of their preparation and how serious and how beautifully fresh and how detailed, it's truly a discovery of flavors. And the collections that are added to in my visuals is all from touring Japan, taking the bullet train to going to see the customers, to squeeze in a temple, to see how temples were made, their materials, their love of wood, their appreciation for so many of the things that I adore. Again, after traveling there for so many years and creating these collections that are in sync with the Japanese, it's nice how I was able to bring back here to the States and then out back to the world again. And it makes it part of a visual library of what you're collecting, you're wearing, and how the world is one. The product is extremely international. I call it my product because, you know, it still has to go through customs and all when everything is manufactured and shipped. But then the magic happens when that lady chooses that special one, and then I start hand engraving it, dating it, personalizing it, because she has a piece, if it's one or if it's 21, she's gonna treasure it forever, and it's part of my amazing trail of where the jewelry goes to.